Hey, pool fans. Is there anybody watching the stream right now? I think we got about 7 viewers, though. Maybe 13 viewers total. Is there anybody out there? If you're just joining us, we got team action here. It's a race to 13 for Team 1. Team 2 is going to 10. This is a handicap tournament. Max score of 13 and a minimum score of 6. So the least you can go to is 6. 6 games, so it goes by racks. MPA Pool homepage right there in the comments. You can check the brackets out. Yeah, this is a battle of the team is called ACC. They go to 10. They're at 1 right now. And the other team, What No Way, they're at 6. So they got to get 7 more wins before the other team gets 9 more. It's quite possible after this match here, there might be one singles match played on the stream tonight here. So if you're up and about here, stick around. Definitely there's still some singles matches in the bracket if you go look at MPA Pool homepage there in the comments. There's still some really good AA Master matches to be played in the tournament, so it won't all get done tonight. There might be one more. Most people are in team action right now, so I asked John if he would send one maybe, and he said it's possible, so we might get one tonight, and definitely tomorrow I'll be in the booth for the entirety of the day, and I'm going to try to get him to send as much of the AA Master remaining amount of the tournament down onto the stream, so we'll have a lot of quality matches for sure tomorrow in that AA Master 8-ball. This team here that's called What No Way, that's at 6 right now. That's Jeff Nadeau and Rachel Nadeau and Scott Lentz. They won a tournament, I believe, up this same format. They won up at Skydance or up at Belcourt. So these are tough events. I mean, it's with this format here, you can't stack your team. Every team gets a base of 3 games. That's every team starts with a base of 3 games. And then you can be a maximum of 3 players. Can be a maximum of 10. A master is 5, a AA is 4, an A player is 3, a B player is 2, and a C player is 1. And those 3 players can only add up to 10. So that precludes any two masters from being on the same team or three double A's. You could have 3 A players on your team though, and you'd be at 12. Everybody starts with that base of 3. So if you get 3 C's, that would be 3 plus 3 is 6. So they would get 7 games against a 13. So it's a pretty competitive format. I mean, to dominate this tournament to tournament, this kind of format is very, very, very difficult, if not, I mean, there's North Dakota has Sky Dancer. They have Spirit Lake. They'll have one at Prairie Knights Casino south of Bismarck, the same format. So there's 3 of them, and I guarantee you, in the same calendar year, there won't be a repeat. The same 3 players will not win more than one of them. It's just that difficult. There's no way. It's almost, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but it's just not probable because of the ability not to load your team up. You know, you can't just bring 3 powerhouse masters and clean up the field. So 8-1. What No Way is up 8-1 over ACC. You got Charlie Gould here on the left from South Dakota. So this must be Aberdeen. This must be an Aberdeen team here. He runs a tournament. They put on a tournament. John Stitch, I think, runs it for him down there in Aberdeen. I believe it's sometime in, usually sometime in February, I think. So you can go on the MPA Pool homepage there, and it gives you a listing of all the upcoming tournaments for the season. But that's not a 3-player tournament there, a team tournament. I think that might be I think that's either 4 or 5. It might be 4-player teams there. And that's points. That doesn't go by racks. That goes by points. So that's a little information on what's happening here if you're tuned in. Like I said, it's quite possible that we might get one match sent down here. And if I look at the bracket right, as far as a AA Master singles 8-ball, it would most likely be, if he sends one down tonight, it'd be John Brown taking on Andrew Maines. John goes to 5 and Andrew goes to 4 because that's the 7th, 8th position, and that part of the bracket's lagging behind quite a bit right now because the upper half is already to 4th. Jeff Clare is waiting in 4th. Todd Freeze is waiting in 5th, 6th for the winner of Andrew and John Brown. And then Johnny Baptiste is sitting in 3rd. And we got Sean Monkman on the hill. So it's very quite possible after this match right here that he might call that John Brown-Andrew Maines match, which would be a good singles battle here to cap off the night. And then that would give us a good potential to get at least the 4th, 3rd, and championship down here tomorrow for that AA Master singles 8-ball. And I might try to see if he'll get the ladies down here for their championship anyways. Let's see, what do we got on that here? Women's 8-ball. Let's see who's on the hill, where they're at. Tracy Bernhard, who's won this tournament before, is sitting on the hill from Canada. We got Julie Ray Brunel. Waiting for the winner of the 2 ladies that played in the 9-ball final. Yvette Capo and Elise Cameron are playing, and the winner of that takes on Julie Ray Brunel for 4th. And then Tracy Shanna Capo is waiting in third. So I'm going to try to mention it to John Stitch, the tournament director, to at least win the championship. Try to preserve these two tables tomorrow just for singles action. Because the team event should be whittled down pretty good to where they don't need these two tables here. And it would be nice to do all individual matches down here tomorrow. Possibly even get the A division final for the men's, because the women are all in one bracket. They got one bracket only, and there's 3 different divisions for the men's 8-ball. So definitely go have a talk with him before I crash out for the night to see if he'll just exclude any team matches on the stream tomorrow and just do exclusively all singles. There'll be a lot of good individual matches tomorrow. And then, of course, maybe possibly do the team championship final on the stream too. It really just depends on time constraints. We might not be able to get all that, but because some of the tables, I don't know if he's going to be able to do it, because some of the tables tomorrow will be used for the junior events. There'll be 3 separate junior tournaments starting tomorrow. So it looks like Scott Lentz here is sitting pretty strong here. ACC got a game back though, 8-2. But Scott's looking real prime here. This guy's a state team champion, A division, North Dakota. His Minot team won state A team back in, I believe, 2017. They beat up my team. They beat us in the Final Four of the A side that year. Then the following year, when my team won it, we met them again, and they had a 18-ball lead with 3 games left. And it's an 8-point system, possible 24 points. And we were playing them on the A side. I think it was the second round of the A side of the redraw. And they had us stuck 18 balls with only 3 games, maximum 24 balls. And we ended up beating them. And then went on to win the tournament. So Scott's a good player to pick up for a team event. Obviously, like I said, he's What No Way, that's the team name for Team 1. That's their team name, and they won the Skydancer tournament, so he knows how to win. Big break coming up for Charlie Gould here. He needs to stop the bleeding here. It's a race to 13. It's a 13-10 race here. Team 2 is going to 10, and Team 1 goes to 13, so. See what kind of break Charlie comes up with here. Looks like he's going over to the wing here. So we'll see if he's going to take a cut break. It looks like most people cut break from the side rail, but there are some Some people do hit it head on from the wing, but I'm most likely going to say he's going to hit the cut break here. That's what he did. Got good results. No two balls are touching. That's a good break. Made a couple balls. 8 balls almost dead right in the smack dab of the center of the table. And this is a prime example. Look at all the balls in the center of the table. So this run is definitely requires good thought before you go about removing the balls here. You got to have a good solid plan here. Yeah, there's a lot of pathways clogged up here, so you don't want to just start shooting. You want to have a good plan here. He's got his plan figured out. He's going to take stripes. Caught it a little bit rough, so I think he overcut it, which caused his cue ball to get long. You see that, how it went in? It went in a little bit wide. So he didn't get the speed he wanted on it because he caught it so thin. But he's got a shot here on the lower right. But he didn't want to shoot this ball right now. He wanted to pick off a different ball. He drew back here. He's got the 9. I think he's going to want to take this 9 right now while the getting's good. He could also shoot that shot in the side there and then use that other stripe. He could shoot that ball on the side, go up for the 12, then come to the 14, then get on the 9 that way. I mean, that's one option. I think that's kind of what he's going to do, but let's see. He got the cue ball got away from him here. No, he got on the 9. He come the other way and got on the 9. That's unique. That's a good shot. Because now, I mean, look at this. He puts the 9 down, 14. The 12's a good key ball for that 8. It's a good shot there from Charlie. He must have been trying to do that, otherwise he would have never hit it that hard. That's a good shot. Uh-oh. He didn't get no inside spin on the ball. He cued it good for the most part, but he just didn't put no side spin on the ball. So you see how it comes straight? It was going to always come straight into them balls there. He needed to add a little bit of inside English on that shot, and then he would have avoided the 3. The worst case scenario, you would have been able to get to the 12 if you overhit it for the 14. On that particular situation, he'd have had the 12, and then you could have used the 14 as your key ball. Jeff's going to make him pay for this. Jeff's a very experienced shooter, shoots real strong. He shouldn't have any issues here, as long as he keeps his focus and just keeps his pre-shot routine and his fundamentals solid here. He should have no issue here. There's just not a lot to do here with the cue ball, so your speed in that isn't, with these kind of margins and windows for position, your speed doesn't have to be as good. Your lines and your speed doesn't have to be as good, so that's why that's always easier. He got a little careless here, though. That was just careless. I mean, he had no business being like that, but he's a good shot maker, though. This guy's a very good scrambler. He'll probably make this ball. Yeah, just like nothing. Prime position on the 8. Boom. Team 1 takes a 10-2 lead. Their team name is What? No Way. What? Question mark, no way, exclamation point. They're taking on ACC, that's Charlie's team. I'm not sure what the ACC, what it stands for. Aberdeen Q Club, maybe? Yeah, I bet you that's what it is, because he's from Aberdeen Q Club. So that's what it is, ACC. This is so far a pretty dominant performance because they're not playing 3 C players here. The ACC or Team 2 has to go to 10. 3 Cs would be a 6. So they're beating a team they're only having to give 3 games up, and they're really handling them as far as the score goes. Of course, ACC's had opportunities, obviously, but it's a lopsided score for sure. They're at a standstill as far as the other table being needed, so that means one of these players that's shooting over here has to play on this table over here. It's a good shot there. Everything's in space here. Like I said, once again, like this kind of pattern here there's multiple ways to do it. The center of the table's open. Your speed and your lines don't have to be as tight as you would when there's balls all over the table, and especially in the middle of the table, like you've seen over on the left here a little bit ago. Them are some of the tougher runouts. Anytime I see a bunch of balls in the middle, I like to work from the center out. Get into the center of the balls and try to open up the middle of the table and then work to the edges of it. Because you pick, for example, if there's like 3 balls in the middle of the table even though that ball has like 6 holes in it, I like to get that, it might have 6 pockets available, or even let's say 4 pockets available. I like to get it out of there and just get it off on my run. I like to get those balls out of the way quicker, just because it just opens up more pathways for the cue ball. Well, she gave it a good attempt there on that cut. That was not an easy cut. He's got to cash this in here. They don't want to be down 11-2. Team 2 only has to go to 10, so they get a 3-game spot in this race. If you're just joining us, this is a handicap 3-player team tournament. Every team starts with a base of 3 wins. 3 games, excuse me. It's just our rack wins. It doesn't go by ball count. And every team starts with a base of 3, and then the 3 players can only total a total of 10. And a master is 5, a double A is 4, an A player is 3, a B is 2, and a C player is 1. So the maximum race is 13, and the shortest any team can go to is 6. So that would be a 7-game spot. So it's very competitive. I mean, it's virtually all skill levels can win this tournament if they come with their game, how they play, how they're capable of playing at any skill level. So It's a popular format. You get a lot of players in these events. You know, people have a lot of fun with it too, so it's tough. You know, it's a tough format. You win one of these, this is a tough tournament to win. You win this is quite an accomplishment because you're on a team, so one individual can't just dominate the whole thing. You know, it relies as team chemistry and people to pick each other up. So, well, he gets ACC, who is team 2, is at 3 now. So they need to get 7 more. They got to win 7-2 from here. They can afford to give up 2 more games. So the way you got to look at it is, you got to look at it as one game at a time, one shot at a time. And I know that sounds like a cliche, which it is, but really in reality, you got to also remember is, look at team 1. They're up 10-3. So they got to 10-3 somehow. Why can't you do that? You know, so, and at one point I think it was 8-1 or whatever. So, or 8-2. So you got to tell yourself, if they can do that, why can't we do that? So that's what you want to do. And then you take it one rack at a time. Just focus on what you can control. That's it. Boy, that's tough there. He hit a good break there, and he didn't get any reward for it. Look at all the balls. But once again, the middle of the table's really got a lot of balls around there, so she's got to come up with a good game plan here. You know, the opening shot is very critical when you're playing 8-ball. You want to take some thought and care into mapping out what your plan of attack is. And of course, then you want to be flexible as you go along in your run, based on how you're controlling the cue ball. And you might even see something a little better as you pick a ball or two off too. But definitely don't just get down and shoot the most obvious shot. Now sometimes you're forced to, you don't have any options other than one ball to shoot at in 8-ball, which is crazy to think considering besides the 8, you can't shoot obviously the 8 on your first shot. So that potentially on a dry break you have an option at 14 balls. And sometimes it's very strange that you literally only have a shot on one ball out of 14 balls on the table. But that's the uniqueness of Bar Box 8-ball. It's a really cool game. There's a lot of different ways to play it, different strategies, different just thought processes going patterning balls and are you aggressive player? Do you play more conservative? There's just a lot of different ways to do it. Well, she missed the opener here, so Team 2, ACC, is going to have it. He's got an open table over here on Rachel. Rachel Nadeau is the creator and producer of Railbird Pool TV, so. That, he didn't want to run into them balls there. But it didn't completely ruin his out. Ooh, he's roughed that in. You see that? He made it, but you see how rough that went in and the stroke timing and all that? But see, right now, this is a prime example of 8-ball. He's got a lot of easy opening balls here, and he's gobbling them all up. And he's not playing, like he's not really using his easy balls to get to hard ball. And he's going to have to start cueing the ball better here, because otherwise he's going to find himself getting trapped here soon, because the 14 is blocked by the 1. So he's going to have to start playing better with the cue ball here if he wants to get all the way out. Because you only have so many ducks and so many connector balls when you play 8-ball before you run out of a connector, like a tic-tac-toe sequence. And then you gotta get into a tight window or something. Or break balls. You know, break out you got to break balls. And in this situation here, there was nothing to break out. But in other racks, you might have 2 or 3 breakout shots you got to play. But yeah, he's not cueing the ball very good there. He went right in the side pocket there. So yeah, take what you make on the break is a good game. That's a good game there. I mean, that makes the run out a little more tricky. Rachel gets ball in hand here, so she is going to attack. Usually with ball in hand, you want to attack your most trouble area right away with ball in hand. And she figures the 1 was probably her toughest ball, which I kind of agree. The rest of them are kind of laying good now. Now the middle of the table is a lot more open. And so I fully expect her to clear this up here in this inning here. I don't think it should be much of an issue. Her stroke speed was a little bit much there. The rail might, the climate affects how the rails play, and it could be, 5 minutes from now, the climate might slightly change in here.
Gotta let everyone know it's your birthday, Ryan. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. But yeah, so, I mean, it's, the climate can really, it can change 5 minutes from now. It can, 20 minutes from now, just depending on how many people are in the room. In the summertime, do they turn the air conditioner on? In the winter, do they crank up the heat? Do they turn down the heat? Different stuff like that can really affect the rails, and it can catch a player off guard if you're dialed into a certain way. And it can kind of startle you sometimes. So that's what makes pool really tough, especially bar box 8 ball, because there's a lot of obstacles on the table you got to deal with. It's a really beautiful game. I mean, a lot of people think it's too easy because the pockets are big. Well, that might be the case. The problem isn't potting the balls. The problem is controlling the cue ball on a bar box, and that's what makes bar box tough. And you're more congestion, which you got to have different types of strokes on the bar box. Where on a big table you can let your stroke out a lot, where on a bar box you're playing a lot of different small little tiny strokes, bunting the ball, just finessing the ball in that. She got out of position here now. I think she can cut it down the corner and then go into the rail and come 2 rails across. I think. But she's got to catch the pocket really, really how she's intending to catch the pocket here. Nice confident stroke. She shot that very confidently there. There was no trepidation there whatsoever. No trepidation at all in her stroke. And team 1, no way, takes 11-3 lead. They're inching closer to the finish line here. And on the other table here, looks like that game's over with too, so I don't know who won that. I wasn't paying attention to that one. So it might be 12-3. Yep, it's 12-3. It's Hill. So ACC Team 2, Charlie Gould's team's got to win 7 in a row here, which stranger things have happened. But it's, like I said, you just keep going until the last ball's in. You never know what can happen. Back in 2012, the World 9-Ball Championship final, Darren Appleton had a 12-3 lead against a Taiwanese player. I can't remember the guy's name. He was up 12-3 in a race to 13. Well, guess what happened? It went 12-12 Hill. and Appleton made an incredible out to win 13-12. You can go on YouTube and watch the match. Type in Darren Appleton World 9-Ball Final or something like that, and it will come up. It's incredible. So it's never over till it's over, and he had to play a jump shot in that final run out too to get out. He didn't have no cookie cutter run, no tic-tac-toe run. So the other teams just got to see what happens. Just keep battling hard. And, you all of a sudden win 4 games here. The pressure starts, you put a little doubt in the other team, and they start thinking, oh my gosh, we might throw this away. Then the pressure, that mind, you get in their mind a little bit. So you just never know. You got to just keep battling hard here. Looks like he's going to play the combo here on that ball. No, I like getting stripes here. He's not going to take stripes. But yeah, he's quick with his action. That's why that cue ball is wild. This guy's cue action is very fast. So that's going to lead to him missing he's going to make the ball a lot, but he's not going to make it in the part of the pocket that he needs to. But yeah, his stroke speed is erratic too. So this is for 8-ball. This is tough playing this way because, like I said, you run out of ducks. You run out of the easy balls and just trap yourself rather easily playing bar box 8-ball. And then a guy can just play safeties on you all day long or just run out. He's got 2-way shots, 3-way shots. He can play pretty much any speed he wants to play then. Nice shot there. That was a good shot. He's potting the balls right now, but there goes the cue ball flying, and now he's getting into a no man's land here. He's got to come with a really good shot. But that's what makes this tournament fun here, is because once again, with the format that's set up, any skill level can win this tournament. So that's what it's designed to do. So people have fun with it. You got to enjoy it. But yeah, if I could just work, an afternoon with that guy, I don't know this gentleman that was just shooting, I would spend some time trying to slow him down a little bit. Not like thinking-wise, but I would start not with the patterns or any of that. I would just sit with the cue ball. Wouldn't even have a ball on the table, and I'd have him trying to work on his timing a little bit better, his tempo of his stroke. Because, just a little bit of work on that alone, and he would see vast improvement. He could, if he just slows down that tempo of it, he would, his accuracy is going to get better. He's not going to miss as many balls. His position is going to start to get a little bit better, too, with it. Howard Cosell, I can't do a Howard Cosell. That was a little before my time, but I know who Howard Cosell was. Yeah, I'm not a very good impersonator. But yeah, he's a legend though, Howard Cosell. In fact, he did some old billiards with them old timers like Irving Crane and Minnesota Fats. I think you can go on YouTube and he commentated some of those legends, Willie Mosconi and those guys. Yeah. See, now that tempo there on that, when he just shoots a basic shot like that, his tempo is good. He's got to learn that he can use that tempo as far as the timing on all the shots. See, now his tempo is a little bit better here now. But before it was very erratic. See, there they got a little bit quick again there. The tempo was a little bit quick there again as far as the transition, and that's why he missed that ball. It wasn't lack of aiming. It's just he got quick, which caused him, his stroke wasn't right. And if it's off just a little bit, you can miss the pocket pretty good. So he probably gets a lot of adrenaline going when he's shooting, so that causes him to get quick in that with his action. You know, that adrenaline will cause that. It happens to even the best players. So he's got to work on some kind of breathing technique in his pre-shot routine to get himself to be calm and more relaxed at the table. Scott come up a little bit long here, so it's he's got to try to avoid this 5 ball here. He could bank it and slide up, but if he cuts it here, he's got to avoid. He might have to come all the way around 3 rails. You definitely don't want to try to baby this. Shoot it with a stroke that you feel like you're going to pot the ball. Don't see he come around 3 rails, 4 rails in fact. That's a good shot. Come up a little bit long, but he pots balls really strong, so I fully expect him to put this ball down. Yeah, good tempo on the stroke. The transition was good. That's why he had a good accuracy. That's why he was able to make that. If you get quick on that ball, you miss that ball easily. Scotty takes it down, and that's the match, folks. Team 1 wins 13-3. That's a big victory for him because Team 2 had to go to 10. They weren't going to 6, so that's a good win. My team, we won 13-2 against Bill Bieberdorf, John Brown, and Weston Martell. Our opening draw, that's who we drew in the tournament, and we beat them 13-2 down here on the stream. So yeah, I mean, you see lopsided contests. You see it in all sports. Two powerhouses are playing each other, and you see it. So let's see if I'm gonna text John Stitch here and see if he'll put John Brown and Andrew Maines down here on the stream for a singles match here, if that's possible. They might be locked in team matches. But definitely tomorrow we're going to have some good quality singles matches. Well, I texted him here. We'll see if it's going to happen. I mean, if it's the team event, if they're in the team event right now in their match, they won't be able to do it. Because that side of the bracket, if you go to the MPA Pool homepage, that side of the AA Master bracket's considerably behind. Jeff Clare sitting in 4th place, and John Brown and Andrew Maines are playing a 7th, 8th place when their match is called. And Todd Freeze is waiting in 5th, 6th. And we got Johnny Baptiste in 3rd and Sean Monkman sitting on the hill. So for sure tomorrow there'll be 3 solid matches for singles. Definitely 4th, 3rd, and the championship. I'm going to go down and talk to him. I'll just go in case he doesn't see his phone, and I'll get a confirmation. I'll be right back, folks. Well, folks, I'm back. Ryan Johnson in here in the booth. Is there anybody out there on the stream? If there's anybody watching, we're going to do the ladies championship final here. Elise Cameron against Tracy Shanna Capel. And actually the lady that had the driver's seat ended up forfeiting and taking second. So the winner of this match gets first, and the runner-up will end up in third, because Tracy Bernhard forfeited and had to go home. So. Yes, we're going to start the final here. Final of the ladies 8-ball. Elise Cameron versus Tracy Shanna Capel. It's going to be a race to 3 here once Tracy gets down here. So, anybody out there on the stream want to quickly do a sound check if there's anybody listening? It says there's 3 people on here right now, so. Cool. Kathy Walker, thank you. 4, we're up to 4. Sweet, we're climbing. Share the stream. Let's try to get a couple dozen on here at 2, 3 in the morning. Or it's actually just past midnight. So feel free to share the stream, please. I shared it to a couple groups already. In fact, I'm going to I'll share it quickly to another group or 2 here. So yeah, looks like Elise has got the balls racked here. I don't know where Tracy's at. So yeah, we got 11 watching on YouTube. Anyone want to Anyone want to comment on the chat log here and about the sound quality here on YouTube? It says there's 12 people watching. We're going to get the championship final. Here's Tracy come down here now. This is going to be a race to 3. It's BCA rules. Race to 3. This is the championship final ladies division here at Spirit Lake Casino Resort in St. Michael, North Dakota. And here we go. Sit back and enjoy the show. Share the stream if you would, please. Try to get a couple dozen people laid up at night to cheer these ladies on. Elise put a ball down. She finished runner-up in the 9-ball ladies division this year at Spirit Lake, so she's having a good tournament. She put a ball down. The 8 is just to the left of that stripe. It's pinned in 2 stripes. This is going to take some thought here on how to go about picking these balls off if you want to get out in one inning. If you want to get out in one inning here. Thanks, Brandon. Yes, I definitely like taking stripes. If you can get stripes, I definitely want to take stripes here. It's a tough, lot of trouble balls there where you got to get to tight positions. Small position areas, so your cue ball is going to have to be good. Good pattern play, good cue ball control. So that requires rock solid fundamentals. Good bridge hand, good grip, good stroke, stroke timing, stroke speed. That leads to you hitting the cue ball where you're intending to hit it, and then where you're intending to pocket the ball in the part of the pocket you're intending to hit. You're going to increase your odds of hitting where you're intending to hit it, which gives you better speed control and it controls your lines better for position. So she's going to shoot Tracy. First look at Tracy here. She's going to cut this ball. She just missed it, so it's still open. Stripes are still the suit here, so 12 is protected by the 6 here, so Elise is going to have to figure out what to do with that 12 ball. Most definitely. If you're just joining us, welcome to Railbird Pool TV here on Facebook and YouTube. We're in St. Michael, North Dakota for the annual Spirit Lake Casino and Resort Pool Weekend. A ton of pool starts on Thursday, 9-ball ladies, men's 9-ball, and then 8-ball divisions start on Friday nights, and now we're on to Saturday with the team events. Tomorrow will be the junior division starting. So lots of pool, and this is the championship final of the ladies 8-ball. It's a race to 3 alternating break, BCA rules. This is a good shot. I like what Elise is doing here. She's going to work and get to the break ball now here. She's got a decent insurance ball there with that 13 sitting over the side pocket. The 1's a little bit there, so she's got to be careful with that 1 ball, not to get trapped behind the 1. She played it well there. Nice aggressive stroke. She's going to have to shoot that stripe that she's closest to right in the side by the 13. She doesn't want to brush the 13 here because she doesn't want to push it up on the 4 at all. So she's got to make sure she hits this clean. She's elevating slightly, so she's trying to draw away from. She put it down here, but she's got herself in a little tricky spot here now. I think she's got the cut into the side. I think it's really tight whether she can go by that 3 or not. As I look out on the table and not on the screen, it looks like she has it. But this is going to be super tough because you see the angle she's got. Look at all those solids there that are kind of boxing in that 13 a little bit. So she's going to have to go 2 rails back out past the 8 ball here. She's going to have to put reverse English on this ball. Go over to the side rail. See, that was going to be hard to do that the way she tried to do it because she tried to cheat the angle. So in order to pot the ball in the center of the pocket there, she would have had to hit the long rail past the side, then come into the short rail, and then with reverse English, she could have straightened it out, and then with the proper speed, she could have floated between the 8 and the 1 or all the way past the 8. But she tried to hold it, and that's why she caught it probably a little bit full on the thick side of the ball. Well, Tracy's got some options here now. She can pot the 6, she can pot the 3, she can pot the 4, she can play some kind of defensive shot too if she chooses. There are some safeties here. Looks like she's going to take the 4 on here. She played like a 2-way shot. She might have played a direct safe there too. She probably played straight up safe because if she was going to try to attack there offensively, I think she would have hit it a little bit harder to make sure she would have come back all the way around. So that's a good shot. She kind of contained her here. This is a tough shot right here. It's not a high percentage offensive shot, so she's just going to, that's a smart shot. I mean, she put her back over here where she can't really, it's hard to pot a ball. Then she put her ball in the middle there, which creates problems and gives her opportunity of multiple pockets to shoot that stripe. The only problem with that shot is she's going to give up an easy safety here. You know, the safety. She missed it. She wanted to get her on the 4. Still a difficult situation, though. She doesn't have a high percentage attacking shot here. She really has to come with a really good shot if she's gonna make one of these stripes. And the defense is very difficult here to play any kind of safety, so she's gonna try to make something. Yeah, she's just gonna kind of punt it across over there. She's leaving her tricky shots considering she has a lot of balls on the table. She's not giving her any just like obvious hanging balls to start with. Something that she can, some comfortable shot that she can open with here. But once again, Tracy's got a lot of defensive options here, of course, with Elise being down to 2 balls, and she's got six of her soldiers on the table yet, so she can. The 5 does pass, I believe, just barely by the 2, but it comes with penalty if you don't make it. Because I believe the 13 passes the 4 there, so I think it just might go. So it's a good shot there. She tried to run into the 3 to push it over by the pocket over here, but she caught him a little bit thin, so now she ran out of position again. She could shoot the 1 here and just play safe. Just hit the 1 and go up table and try to leave her in a bad spot. She tried to pot it. That's a good shot there. It was kind of like a 2-way shot there. She wasn't really going to give up anything, so I like her decision there. Try to make it, and if you don't make it, you're not giving up anything real obvious or high percentage. So, and now look at what Tracy did there. She really trapped her now because she got 2 ducks sitting in the holes up there. So what you want to do here is you got to shoot. You got to come up with some way to. I think the stripe here on the bottom rail cuts right now. If you really want, I think you got to go for the cut on that ball on the. See, I didn't like that there. You don't want to let her. You don't want to let her start with a 3 ball there. That's the one thing you don't want to do is let her attack on the 3 with her first shot here, because that was probably her hardest ball to get on. Because the 4 leads right to the 7, so the 7's not an issue because where the 4 ball was at. So what you wanted to make sure you did there is not leave her this shot on the 3. Make her get position on this ball here. Because the rest of them all just are hanging. Even the 7 considering where the 4 is at. So what I would have done if I was Elise there is I would have cut the 14 and just went for the run. And if you miss it, you end up leaving the cue ball way at the other end of the table. And then she has to take one of her 3 ducks. One of her 3 ducks as her opening shot. That was your highest percentage chance of winning the game from where she was at. Well, she's got 2. It's looking real good here. The 8 goes in all 6 pockets, so you got to like her odds of getting out here. Race to 3, alternating break. This is the championship final if you're just joining us. Thanks for tuning in. Wow, I cannot believe the monumental unforced error we just witnessed right there. She gave up ball in hand. Wow. This is a 1-race final right here because the Tracy Bernhard had the driver's seat and she had to forfeit to go to leave. So she took second place cash, and this would originally been the 3rd place match. So this will be a 1-race final. 1 race to 3. And that was a monumental unforced error from Tracy there. 2 ducks in the hole, and the 8 had all 6 pockets, and she fouled. Oh, what is Elise doing here? What an unforced error. Unforced error there. There is no reason to have gotten that close to that ball. She's still got the bank here, though. She could kick across also, too, but I don't like kicking here. I like banking this ball. Just bank it to the lower right. It's a tough shot, but she doesn't really have anything else. She's going to kick across. Maybe because it's frozen, it might be frozen to the 8 or real close to the 8, and she doesn't want a double hit on that bank. So she's going to kick here. Wow. What a turn of events we've seen in this rack. A lot of drama to start out with. Race to 3, alternating break. 1-race final, so there's some pressure here. The winner is the champion of the 2024 ladies 8-ball division here at Spirit Lake. So it's a nice little title here, plus some pretty decent cash, I think, for first place compared to 3rd. If you go on in the comments is pinned mpapool.com, and you can check out the ladies bracket for this tournament. You can find the route that they took, the draw and who they played and the scores. So you can check all that out on mpapool.com. Plus, you'll find upcoming tournaments. There's a tournament coming up at Prairie Knights Casino south of Bismarck. There'll be one for Skydancer at some point. Those are 2 other casinos in the state of North Dakota. And then, of course, Four Bears Casinos tournament will be next spring. There's tournaments down in Aberdeen, South Dakota that John Stitch puts on. So, yeah, you can find all the future tournaments and events on mpapool.com. So Tracy takes the first rack down there. Takes a 1-0 lead in a race to 3, 1-race final. We're looking at, let's see here, I'll check the bracket out. Let's see here, Women's Open 8-ball. Let's check Tracy's breakout here, what she's going to do here. Looks like she's going to hit a head ball break here. She caught him pretty solid. She didn't get nothing to go down though. So yeah, first place is let's see here. First place is $800 and third is $360. So wow, they're playing for $440 plus the championship. The honor of being the ladies 2024 Spirit Lake 8-ball champion. So there's some pressure out there. Excitement in this match. Elise finished second in the 9-ball. She lost her first match of the tournament to 4-time state singles champion Val Wilhelmy, and then dropped down to the loser's side of that 9-ball bracket and won 6 matches in a row to get back to the championship match. And she won the first set against Yvette Capo, and then Yvette played solid in the second set and beat her, but she won 7 sets in a row and almost double dipped to win that bracket. She's trying to win the 8-ball here. So that's where we're at. She's picking apart the balls here. That 15-1 is that 15 ball is a little bit tight. If you're gonna get out in one inning, of course the 11 ball, the 8 is no picnic. The 8 doesn't have a lot of accessibility here. I might have looked at taking solids here off the break. She's going to play safe here. That's not a bad option. You don't want to gobble up all your ducks. You don't want to shoot all your ducks off the table, all your soldiers off the table if you don't believe you're going to get out. So that's a smart shot. And see, she developed her 15, so now it has and pretty much forced her, unless she's going to kick at a ball or something, forced her to move the 1 ball, which opens up the 15 even more, unless Tracy opts to kick at a ball. What a shot. That's a pool shot there. Nice cut. Wow. Close to the ball like that. You know how tough that's to judge? Because you're right on top of it. Great shot. She's got a pot on the 7 here if she wants it, but that doesn't... you got to get some value out of the cue ball here if you're going to shoot the 7. And what I mean by value is you got to get to you got to use this to your advantage when you got a ball like this, because with some good positional value here. Otherwise you don't want to remove this ball off the table. She cut it in and came around. It's going to work out. She brushed the 4, and she's got the 4. Not sure what happened here. They're having a discussion about something. Not sure what they're discussing here. But that's between them two. They'll figure it out here. Well, she's got the 4, but she's running out of ducks here now, so this is, she's getting herself further into trouble here if she wants to run out in one inning at the table. She's still got 4 soldiers. Elise's got 5, so she's still got options here. She can try to play a chess. She can play a chess move now here. Yeah, she's going to just play a chess move here. Let's see what her move is. Just send it down there. She contains her. It's not a real aggressive attacking defensive shot there. It's kind of a passive shot, but she didn't give up anything. She didn't give up anything offensively easy, but she didn't yeah, Tracy didn't better the position of the balls for herself. So in thinking defense there, you know, I mean, she didn't have a lot of options as far as hitting the other balls. But so she kind of was in a tricky situation there. So sometimes you do kind of just have to play a passive shot and just keep the other player off of a ball. But when you're playing chess, you definitely want to think about when you're making chess moves, how do you better your position for your next inning? Try to develop a ball that's in trouble or something into a better position. She got a little bit quick with her cue action there on the 6. And that's why her accuracy was off as far as potting that ball. Lisa's still got troubles with that 8 and that 11, so she's got the 13 here, but she's got the 12. She's got the other stripe there that's straight in. You definitely aren't shooting the stripe that's straight in. What I like doing here personally is I bunt that 15. An option is to bunt this 15. She's going to do it too. She's going to bury her right on the 15 ball here and try to get ball in hand. Just like that. Good shot. That's a smart shot. I mean, I probably would have attacked at the rack personally, but it all depends on your skill level. You know, what your stroke, what you're capable of as far as cue ball control, what kind of stroke you have. But that's a smart shot there. I mean, she trapped her a little bit here. She could get ball in hand here, and then that could really help her cause. So Tracy's got to make sure she hits a ball here. Always pays to hit the ball because you don't give up ball in hand. Anything is better than ball in hand. It puts pressure on your opponent too. They're, you know, a lot of people, that's why when I sit in my chair, I never expect that I'm going to get ball in hand. I've trained my mind to just don't expect the player's going to give me ball in hand, because you're going to get expectations built up. And when those expectations that you want don't happen, it can screw with your mind. So that was a good smart shot from Elise there. So now she can, with ball in hand, she's got a lot of freedom here. Let's see what she chooses to do here. She's still got that 8 and that 11 to deal with. So if you're looking to run out here, you definitely want to attack into that trouble off ball in hand here. Find one of the balls that gives you a chance to maybe develop the balls that are in trouble while you still have an insurance ball or an outlet ball that you can get automatic position on when you move into that trouble. She could play another defensive shot too here if she chooses, and maybe develop the 11. Looks like that's what she's going to do here. She's just going to push the 11 out. It's not going to be a real, she's not going to snooker her, but she's developing her trouble ball here and not going to give up anything offensively easy. Tracy's going to have no problem hitting the ball, but she's not going to really be able to do anything offensively. So this is a smart shot, but she hit it too hard though. So she sent it kind of back into the cluster. She She needed to figure a way out how to do that with an angle and speed that helped develop it a little bit better. She wasted an opportunity. She didn't get maximum out of that ball in hand. Of course, maximum would have been running the table out, but for the shot she played, she didn't maximize that defensive shot there. Now, Tracy's in a tough spot offensively here. She might have the 5, though. And if she can cut this 5 in, if it goes, boy, I mean, she would have had a chance maybe to get out, because the other solids kind of go if your cue ball is good. You know, you don't have to really run into much after that if you'd have played that 5 correctly. So now she left her on the bottom rail here. Now let's see if she decides to shoot here on the 12. It looks like she's going to go now. She's going to try to run out here. No, I don't know if she played safe there or if she just missed the ball. It's like a two-way shot. She might have been just playing it kind of like a two-way shot, like a passive two-way shot. If she makes it, she's got options. If she misses, she's not giving up anything easy, offensively speaking. Defense isn't automatic here either for Tracy. A lot of moving going on here. A lot of moving of the balls going on. It's a race to 3 alternating break. Tracy's at 1 right now, so this is a 1-set final. Because if you're just joining us, Tracy Bernhard, who had the driver's seat, had to forfeit. She took 2nd place. So Tracy had 3rd place. Elise and Tracy would have originally played for 3rd to get back to the final. But this became the championship now. So they're playing for $460 cash is the difference between 1st and 3rd. And then the title of 2024 Spirit Lake Ladies 8-ball champions. So another ball in hand. Let's see if she can pick this 11 ball off with ball in hand. Yep, that's exactly what she's going to do. That's smart. The 8 goes. So if she can control the cue ball here on this opening shot, she's going to be in prime position to probably run out then. Looks like she's choosing to go forward here. She's got the, I believe she's got the 12. Let's see how she plays the cue ball here. If she draws back or if she goes forward. Does the 13 pass the 15? I don't believe it does. So she's going to take the 12 here. Will she come backwards or will she go forward here? I like going forward here on this shot. I like going forward 2 rails. She's got the 13. She proved me wrong. It goes by the 15. I'm surprised she's shooting this. It's a good shot. Nice pot. Nice pot. It was a little harder shot than the 12, so that was very well done. Very well done. She'll shoot the 12 now for sure. Let's see which ball she gets on next year, if she gets on the 15 or if she takes the other stripe. She's got the 15 on the side or the stripe in the corner. Yeah, she's going to shoot the 15, come across one rail for the other stripe in the lower left. Oh no, she missed. I don't know if she gave up anything though. She might have given up the 6. She doesn't look happy. Yep, she tapped her butt of her cue down. That's how I know. When she went back to her chair, she kind of just tapped a little bit with her butt of her cue on the ground, so that means she gave up the shot. or she feels she gave up the shot because she looked down and looked before she left. So yeah, it must go. It's kind of tight, but yeah, it went. Well, she got a little more angle than she wanted here. You notice this here? She went a little bit far or didn't go far enough. She should have went all the way down for the 5. She should have just floated all the way down for the 5 there. But she played a good safe there. That's a smart shot. She had that all day long, the safety, so the defensive shot. So she's playing smart. You can see how she got Tracy get both these gals play smart, so you can see why they're in the final. And they pop balls relatively well when they want to go on the attack, so good hit there. Even though she gave up the shot, I mean, that's part of pool, you know. But she made a hit, and that's all you can do, and sometimes it comes out good, and sometimes it doesn't come out good. But the thing is, she made the hit, though. All that little stuff makes a big difference when people are watching, you know, like her opponents in tournaments. They might be checking out her game, you know, scouting her out. Does she kick well in that? You know, what's her strengths and weaknesses? And if you can kick well and hit the ball all the time, that adds a lot of pressure on your opponents because they know they're not just going to be able to pick on you with defense constantly. You know, you're going to make hits. And they're not going to get ball in hand, and then it makes them think twice about what kind of defense they want to play. That's important. That's all important. People are watching, I'm telling you, on the sideline. They're scouting people. I'm scouting people all the time. Done that for 20-some years. You know, since I turned old enough to play in tournaments. A guy taught me that. That's one thing a guy taught me. I used to play doubles with a guy. Great shot. Great shot. Yeah, I had a partner I used to play a lot of doubles with, and three things he taught me is when you make a mistake, don't get frustrated. 2, he taught me two-way shots. And 3, scout your opponents. Scout your competition out. Find out what they're strong and what their weaknesses are. Are they mentally weak? What's their stroke like? Are they good at kicking, good at banking, good at cutting? Great shot. So Tracy's on the hill, 2-0. Elise has got to win 3 in a row, so she's got to dig. Just if I was Elise right now, what I would do is think back to that 9-ball tournament when I lost 2 days ago. When I lost my first match to 4-time state champion Val Wilhelmy, and I was able to win 6 matches on the backside, beating like 4 national champions along the way to get back to the final. She beat like 4 national champions on her way back to that final. And they're also, 3 of them are multi-time state champions in North Dakota. So she's just got to focus on that, focus on something positive instead of the mistake she just made. And think about, hey, I did it before, and if I'd done that, I can win 3 games in a row here. All she's got to do is win 3 games, and it starts with 1 game at a time. So, and totally forget about that last game. Otherwise, she's going to have no chance. You'll end up going into tilt. And once you're into tilt and your mind gets rattled, that really affects your game in a negative way. So yeah, appreciate everybody that decided to stay up late here and watch the championship ladies final here in the 8-ball division. Appreciate everybody, anybody that shared the stream or anybody that just happens to be on here tonight. I'm sure these ladies appreciate some viewership, getting to play in front of somebody anyways. They got a little bit of a gallery down here. There's probably, looks like Elise's brother's down here watching her, and her dad. Yeah, so the family, it looks like their family's down here watching. So Yvette's down here too. Yvette Capo, the ladies 9-ball champion. She's watching, so it's nice that they got a little bit of support down here and people are checking out their game. So Tracy just took a break. She hasn't marked her score yet. In fact, I can mark it for her, but I'll just let her do it. I don't want to confuse them. I can control the scoreboard from up here, but I'll just let them take care of it. Let's get a shout out on the chat if anyone wants to shout out where they're viewing from right now. Say hello, anything. Get a little bit of activity in the chat log. Elise breaking here. See, the positive thing too is Elise gets two of the three breaks if it goes all the way to the hill. But she's just got it. Starts with a good break here, and she put a ball down. And she's going to get kind of stuck here at the end, so. But just got to try to make do with what you got, you know. Make do with what you got. She can tickle that stripe right there and just bury her right in. I think if it lays right, she can tickle that stripe that she's right next to and just put her right on that stripe back there. And I've done moves like that before, because I mean it's kind of creepy what happened here. You know, you break all them balls. You got a potential 14 balls to. Well, if you make she had to make one ball to keep shooting, so a minimum of 13 or a maximum of 13 balls left after you break. If you want to continue to shoot, and then you don't really have any kind of offense. Yep, she's going to do exactly what I said. Just tickle that ball and put her barrier right in on the back ball. I think it lays perfect for it. She just overhit it slightly, but she left the 4 or this stripe here to this corner pocket. But the idea was right there. She just hit a little bit too hard. This will test her cueing. Tracy's cueing here. Let's see if she keeps her head still here and doesn't move her body. That's a great shot. She stayed still. She didn't move her head. She didn't move anything but her cue motion. The rest of her body stayed still. Because if you move your head or your body before you deliver that cue through the ball, you won't make that ball. There's no way. Not even on these buckets. Oh, she missed. She tried to thin the 11 and gave up ball in hand. So let's see what trouble ball Elise wants to try to attack here with the ball in hand. She's got to take, I believe if I was her, I'm taking the 3 or the 1 off a ball in hand. She's going to choose the 6, so that's another option. But yeah, so the 6, 1, or the 3, or definitely choose one of those 3. She went a little bit further than she wanted. I think she wanted to get on the 1 there. I do believe, but I can't imagine she was playing for this ball, but she could have been playing for it. Because, see, that ball would have eventually, that ball was out in space, or out in the open, so she should have played for position like on the 1, or played for the position for the 3 ball or something with off the 6. because the 4 was going to be accessible rather easily because of the area. I mean, there was a lot of open space over there. Well, Tracy kind of steered it that time. She jumped up a little bit there that time, which diminished her accuracy. That's why she missed that ball. Don't think she's got the 1 here, so she's got to come with the... And I don't know if the 2 passes into the side by those solids. She's looking real closely at it. If not, her really only shot, yep, she's got it. She's getting down on the ball. Must have been a tight window. But can't fault her for going for that one, because the one thing she had going for her on that shot is she was looking at the object ball and the pocket all in the same line, which anytime you got a really tight shot, it's very, very helpful to see the object ball and the pocket all at the same time, all in the same line. And it's still a tough shot. I mean, you got to cue it. You got to be really still. You can't have any movement in your body at all. You got to deliver that cue really nicely so that you're really accurate with the shot. Tracy's got herself a chance to win right here in this inning. These balls are not in the most difficult positions here. She drew back for that stripe. I like that. Get that ball out of there and then work your way back to these other balls. So I'm kind of liking to get on the 11 here, then the 9. Or excuse me. The 11, then the... And then you can shoot that stripe by the 3, by the 9, and then shoot the 9 as your key ball. I think the 8 passes the 3 in the lower right. She overhit it. She could just put her on the 9 here. Yeah, well, she went, put her in behind the 1. That was another option there. That really sewed her up. Yeah, she trapped her big time here. She's going to have to go thin and all the way away, but with where the 11 ball at, she's got to get behind the 2 or the 2 or the 4 down there. I think she did it. I think she did it. She got her on the 7. I think the 7's the obstruction ball. Good shot there from Elise. She controlled the line very well in her speed. So she grazed off the edge of that ball just right and judged the speed along with it. So that was a good shot. Tracy's punting again here. She's just going to edge this ball here. Oh no, she fouled. So that good defensive shot from Elise pays dividends. She gets ball in hand. So definitely you want to deal with the 3 and the 1 here, the 3 ball here if you can. If you can get in on the 3 right now. I like taking the 3 right now. The 1 passes the 11, then all them other balls are out in space. If you can use ball in hand and somehow get it, see the line where the 8 to the 3 is? Can you play along that line there and cut the 3 in? If she can, I would get rid of the 3 right now with ball in hand. She's got a lot of insurance balls for position. The 8 is in the clear. So she's saving it like she wants to play defense. So she's going to use the 7, knock the 11 in, and just play defense here, which is an option. But you're letting your opponent get back to the table, and I feel there was a high percentage chance to run out, and look at that. She flubbed it up. She flubbed up the shot. So she not only did she not knock the 11 in, and now she tied up 2 of her balls, but she didn't leave anything offensively aggressive. She hooked her, but she muddied up her balls there. That was, she didn't execute that properly there. I mean, Tracy's not likely to get out here, but barring that she pulls out a Houdini act here on this first shot, she's got to pull an escape act out. Yeah, I mean, everybody plays their own game. You can't be too harsh on her or anything, but I just felt like that the run out was pretty. I mean, if you could get in on the 3 with ball in hand and get that out of the table, yeah, the rest of them laid real nice there. But she's been playing pretty conservative 8-ball though. Oh, what a shot! She almost pulled the Houdini act. She almost made that, but the 9 was still going to be tough, But great attempt there. She didn't give up ball in hand, and that's what and look at that. Look where she put the 2 stripes. She blocked that pocket massively. Elise has got the 1 ball, though. But she's got major problems with the 7. You don't want to move too many balls away from your buddies down here. Your two soldiers that are trapped in enemy territory down here. You got the 3 and the 7 that are kind of in enemy territory. So you don't want to move all your other soldiers, too many of them, away from these balls. You want them in close proximity to those other guys, your other pieces. And maybe leave one or 2 outlet balls over there so that she can't go up table or something with you with the defense and that. She's going to go for the bank. She banked it and just come up short on it. That would have been a winning bank too, because I think she was on the 11. I like that. I like that shot. That's a smart shot from Tracy because the 7 doesn't go. And now she opened up her 1 trouble ball. So she's putting a little bit of pressure on Elise here now. Elise, I think, is going to go now, but no, she's playing safe still. I don't think she tried to pot that ball. I think she just was playing the leave again there. She's been rather tentative a little bit. I think, in my opinion, she's maybe been a little bit too conservative, waiting for just the most perfect. Sometimes you can get too conservative in 8-ball. You know what I mean? 8-ball can be a high strategy game, but sometimes I've even found myself, I've been guilty of it myself, I play too conservative. But it paid off there again. She got ball in hand, so you can't argue with the results. She's getting ball in hand, but she's had at least 3 ball in hands in this rack. So she's got to do something with that 7 or that 5. She might try to pot use the 5. No, she's going to. I don't see the point of potting this 2 ball like that. I mean, she's trying to hook her again, which is fine. I mean, that's an option, but once again, she could have done something more aggressive and still left her in a tough spot. You get what I mean? She could have used maybe the 5, bump the 11 in, and opened up that pocket, and then still left her a pretty tricky shot on the 9 or the other stripe down there, and then bettered her position for the next inning. See, she accomplished only hooking her, but she didn't improve her ball positioning at all. And she took her duck ball off the table. Great shot from Tracy there. She could just see it. See, yeah, that conservative play is starting to. That's That's going to be, I think, the one thing I look back if Tracy goes on to run out in this. That's one big factor I see in this set is Elise played a little too conservative, I think, because she's a good potter of the ball. She plays good, and I think she laid back a little bit too much at times in this set. And Tracy's potted some good shots. She hooked herself, or did she hook herself here? Nope, I think she's got it. So she's got to come with one decent shot here along with position here, and she could find herself with the championship banner. She put it down. Good shot. She's got one little cut on the 8 here. Can she hold her nerve? I think she puts it down. I'd give her real good odds of putting this down. She pots the ball well. She's close to the ball. Oh, it wiped its feet in and went in. And there's the congratulations to Tracy Shanna Capo. If I pronounced that right. If I didn't, I apologize. But good shooting by both these ladies. I mean, first and third. That's respectable even to get third. She finished second. Elise finished second in the 9-ball, so she finished second and third. Very respectable finishes. And congrats once again to Tracy. But yeah, we appreciate everybody that stuck around and watched and cheered on the women here late at night. I know it's late. I know they appreciate. They got a little bit of viewership out there, so we really appreciate that on Railbird Pool TV here. And yeah, we got all the brackets, mpapool.com. Find all the brackets. The team event's still going on. The singles, there's still matches in singles Masters AA. The juniors will be starting tomorrow. So the plan is, I talked to John Stitch earlier, and his plan is going to be to, the plan is to have all singles matches down on the stream tomorrow. So the team event will be taking place on the outer tables, so that we can stream the most of the AA Master singles matches that are left. I believe you got John Brown and Andrew Maines in 7th, 8th. Jeff Clare's waiting in 4th. And then the winner of John Brown and Andrew Maines plays Todd Freeze for 5th, 6th. And then the winner of that will play Jeff Clare for 4th. And then Johnny Baptiste has 3rd. And Sean Monkman has the Hill. So that's kind of what the plan was going to be. So there'll be some high quality 8-ball, bar box 8-ball men's tomorrow. So if you guys are up and around, just hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified when we go live. So for now, I'm going to step out of the booth here. But once again, I thank everyone for tuning in, sharing the stream, staying up with the ladies here, cheering them on. I know they'll really appreciate that. So for now, this is Ryan Johnson, and I'm out of here. Have a good night, everyone.